Welcome back to Organize with Grace. I am Grace, your host, and today we're talking about something that has so many layers, and I've talked about it before, which is perfectionism. And sometimes it's hiding behind the statement that I've heard time and time again, which is, I don't know where to start. But before you tune out thinking, oh no, it's going to be heavy, don't worry, I want to keep it light, relatable, and encouraging. So let me start with this. Have you ever noticed that it's so much more fun looking for bins than actually doing the work of decluttering and downsizing? I've seen it happen so many times. People will say, I can't start until I buy the perfect set of matching bins. And I laugh a little because by the time the bins finally arrive, the motivation has already left the building. And we all do this in different ways. We wait for the perfect system, the perfect time, the perfect plan. And while we wait, nothing changes. That's how perfectionism sneaks in. And it feels responsible, but really it keeps us stuck. And I realized recently, I just don't do this with organizing. I've done it with big life decisions too. A little while back, I took a job with EDD. It stands for Employment Development Department here in California. And it's a program for those who are temporarily disabled so that whatever wage loss they experience, this program can kick in and make up for that loss while they are recovering and not working. So with this job, I needed the income. My family and I decided it would be best for me to take a job in addition to the business. And my son and I also needed insurance. And so, like many of you, I had practical reasons for saying yes to this job. For the first few months, I pushed through. I tried to learn the systems. I told myself, give it time, Grace. But around the 6-month mark, things changed. The focus wasn't on quality anymore, according to my manager, and it was all about speed. And the truth was, the system was so complex that I couldn't get fast enough without sacrificing the very quality that I myself personally valued. And then that's when I knew this job just was not aligned with me and was not for me. And at first I wanted to beat myself up. I thought, Grace, you should have known. You should have waited for that perfect opportunity instead of taking this job. But then again, if I had waited for perfect, I'd still probably be stuck. Just like waiting for those perfect bins before starting to declutter. Taking that job, it gave me clarity. I never would have known it wasn't the right one unless I stepped into it, unless I tried it out. And this is exactly how decluttering and downsizing works too. So many of you tell me, I don't know where to start. But underneath that, may I poke at this just a little bit? There's usually a fear that sounds something like, what if I start in the wrong place? What if I regret it? What if I do it wrong? And here's what I've learned. There is no perfect step, and waiting for that perfect starting point will only keep you frozen. So let me help you hold on to this. I'm going to say it again. There is no perfect step. And I know what you might be thinking, but Grace, you're showing us the right and perfect steps. And yes, I love giving you a plan and practical ideas, but hear me out. You really can't go wrong if you just start. Because every step teaches you something. Every drawer, every box, every pile you sort through, it all moves you forward. And clarity doesn't come from standing still. It comes from moving. It comes from trying, from taking that step. Which leads me to number 2. Action creates clarity. Just like that job that taught me what wasn't aligned, starting with one drawer or one box will show you what works. And number 3, course correction is totally normal. Pivoting doesn't mean it's failure. Changing your mind about how you're doing things doesn't mean that you have failed. It's wisdom. It's a learning lesson. And perfectionism, it's just fear in disguise. And the best way to beat fear is with a movement, even a tiny one. And your next step doesn't have to be big either. It could be those shoes in the entryway that you keep tripping over anyway. Could be that junk drawer, one part of the kitchen counter, one phone call, one box. That's it. So if you've been waiting for the perfect bins, the perfect plan, or the perfect moment, consider this your permission slip. Don't wait for those bins. Progress doesn't begin with matching containers. With my in-person client, I do not begin with containers. I begin with a plan. I begin with the first easy steps. And bins are fun. They're cute. But progress is better. And each small step forward clears the way for the next. And if you want a simple list to help you take that very first step, I am creating a first step checklist. It's very straightforward, and my email subscribers are going to get it real soon, and it'll be waiting in their inbox. But if you'd like to join us, all you have to do is head over to the podcast description, find my email, grace@organizewithgrace.com, click on it, and it will click on it right in the subject line, checklist, and I'll know that that is what you want, and I'll make sure. And I will make sure that you get your checklist too. And once you do that, I'll make sure that I send it straight to you. I check my email personally. I'm a one-woman show at this point. Would love to get some help later on, but it's me. And it's my gift to help you start small without the pressure of being perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this very short episode, very straightforward. And I hope that this upcoming list will help you get started. And it doesn't have to be such a mountain of a start, right? It doesn't even have to be a whole room. So again, thank you so much for joining me today. And if this resonated with you, I'd love for you to share this episode with a friend who's also navigating change. And if you're ready to take that first step, go ahead and email me. Click that email link and put in the subject line checklist, and I'll get that right over to you. Sound good? All right, for now, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.